I need bourbon for my blues, a special love to set the mood, hearts and hearts that we must choose. So I'm killing bourbon for my blues. Times are tough and love is rare, with a broken times are tough and love is rare, with a broken heart, with an empty stare. Inspiration, what it takes, liquid love to break the hate. I need a home where I get in. From a saint I turn to sin. My sorrows drown, I drink it down. How many days I'm giving praise. I need bourbon for my blues. The only way to win is lose. A poison hearts that we must choose. So I'm killing bourbon for my blues. Wreck my dreams, wreck my life. Wreck my body, lose my wife. Price I pay to sing the saddest song. Bleeding hearts are bleeding out until it's all long gone. There's a demon, she is tempting me, gives me a thirst so desperately, and now I just can't seem to stop this train. I crash myself into a river of pain. I need bourbon for my blues, a special love to set the mood, poison hearts that we must choose. So I'm killing bourbon for my blues. I need bourbon for my blues. If I drink
Welcome to Off the Cuff on the Bluff with your host, Dean Franklin. That's me. Before we get with Delicia, I have been giving, I can't even talk, been given, wow. She's a Memphis star, and I'm a little starstruck tonight. So she, uh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. But my buddy with the Patriot Punk Network, Chase, uh, wanted me to let people know that later on tonight, around 8 o'clock, they are going to have a show. They went to the Libertarian Party of Tennessee convention, and they recorded the entire show. Monty Fritz was there. There were other gubernatorial candidates there. Marsha Blackburn did not show up. I don't remember if he said if John Rose showed up or not, but he said it was a pretty interesting, a little bit of a fireworks every once in a while. So go to Rumble, Patriot Punk Network, and check it out. Now, Deedee Balinger, Deedee, as most of us know her, is an independent journalist and media voice from here, Memphis, Tennessee. A former Democrat turned outspoken conservative, she shares her perspective on politics, culture, and current events through journalism and commentary. As a proud American patriot, she is dedicated to the truth, free expression, and representing voices often overlooked in the national conversation. And if I might add so myself, she's very fierce at it. Before we bring her on, I'm going to play a news clip from Channel 3 News and let y'all take a listen to this.
That's right, Rob. And this event is not open to the public. It's invite only. And one of the few on the list is Deedee Balinger. She made very public praise of the difference the Memphis Task Force made in her neighborhood, and that has earned her a seat at the table with the President of the United States.
I have definitely seen a difference within my neighborhood. At one point, gunshots was a normalcy. It was a thing that my children and I heard on a daily basis. Amongst other things, I've been a victim of crimes such as burglaries and other things. And so when the Memphis Safe Task Force came, it seemed like after a few weeks, everything ceased.
Deedee Balinger went viral after posting those sentiments on social media, a video that brought national attention to her for thanking the president for the memo that created the task force.
Thank you to Trump.
The mother of two lost her freelance gig writing for the Tri-State Defender newspaper when its editors questioned her impartiality. Balinger said that she was expressing her personal opinion as a mother concerned about safety. She told Fox 13 it was worth it.
Absolutely. People want to put, parties on this and, the fact that he's President Trump and they may have their own personal feelings toward it. But at the end of the day, he did something impactful.
In posts shared online, Balinger described how the increased security presence allowed her young son, Braylon, to finally play outside without fear.
It was really just a cold day, a really nice day in October, and I'm walking to my mailbox, and that's when I kind of noticed. I was just taking a brief moment and just noticing it's people outside. There's playing and all of that, and it was just abnormal quiet. It was great, but at the same time, because I was so used to the gunshots, it was abnormal. And so they truly made a difference for my children and I.
Balinger's 12-year-old son, Braylon, also stepped into the spotlight thanking President Trump.
I just wanted to give my thanks to him for sending the National Guard here because, as I stated before, I feel like the crime rate has really slowed down. So I just wanted to give my thanks to him.
For the administration, Balinger represents the human impact of the Memphis Safe Task Force. For this mom, sharing her experience directly with the commander-in-chief is something she never expected.
Be at the table, to have that seat at the table, with the president and actually share with him my concerns, definitely the things that happened prior to, and to also give him my opinion on the things that has been happening now, and how do we come to some sort of resolution where this is a continual thing to keep Memphians safe.
And Deedee Ballard says that she wasn't always a Trump supporter. In fact, she says that she was a liberal Democrat for years. We'll tell you what changed her mind in addition to the task force effort. That's coming up a little later in this newscast, Rob.
All right, thanks so much.
All right, folks. Welcome, Deedee.
Hi! We finally made it.
Yeah,
we
yeah, we did.
finally here.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I'm just a lowly little podcast here in Memphis, Tennessee, and you've been on Fox and Friends. Is that correct?
Fox News, National Fox News, a couple times. I've been a little bit of everywhere. I've done even international news, GBN news,
Really?
in Great Britain somewhere.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so yeah, it's been a little bit of everywhere for sure.
Well, I will tell you, I spent 3 years in the Air Force, and I was stationed over in England the entire time. So, if you ever get a chance to go, I highly recommend it. Stay away from the big cities like London and places like that. Go to the country. The countryside's gorgeous.
I'm a traveler, so I'm definitely going to put that on my bucket list.
Oh, so how's it feel to be back in Memphis now?
It's cool. I'm still on this high that I know that I'm going to be on for quite some time now. There's not a day that has went by where I don't go back and I look at the videos or be like, did I really do that? And I'm like, I did. And it's just really cool. It's just really cool. I never thought that this would be on my bingo card. This was the last thing that I thought would happen to me.
Right.
But it did. And I'm just like, man, I'm very, very proud of myself for sure.
Well, we're all proud of you too. And I know that you're so proud of your son. And I mean, everybody can see it on your face. I could see you in the green room while it was playing or whatever, and you had this grin ear from ear, watching him talk about how much safer he feels.
Yeah, I that's my boo boo. He's such a good kid, and I'm not saying that because he's mine.
No, of course not.
He's really a great kid, and this was just a time where he was actually defending me. Because when I made the initial video, I got so much backlash off of it, and he saw that how my reaction was to it. I was like, I just don't understand what's wrong with people.
Right.
And he's like, I want to tell my side, and I was like, where? And he was like, yeah. And so I was like, okay. And we did it in one take. That was just one take. It wasn't we did it 1,000 times.
Right. Just a one and done.
One and done. And I didn't expect for that to go as far as it did, because his went further than mine. And
really,
yeah, I think I maybe made it to maybe 600,000 views. He's close to 1 million.
Good grief.
Yeah. And so so his took off a whole lot further than mine. But I just he's again such a great kid and wanted to share his cause. And so this everything that's happening, especially the good, him being able to have that experience where you're meeting the president and stuff like that, that was his moment just as much as it was mine. And I'm glad that he had a chance to experience that for sure.
Well, that's awesome. I have followed you since that TikTok video where you were thanking Trump for bringing in the National Guard and the Memphis State Task Force. And I don't know if you know the entire story about how that came about, but Todd Starnes had a morning show, and he came on one morning talking about, I had a meeting with the president, and I said, I said, if you're going to send anybody, think about Memphis. Just look at Memphis. So he put that bug in the president's ear, and then, Senator Brent Taylor has worked his butt off to, you know, to make Memphis matter.
Yep.
And I know you're a big fan of Senator Taylor.
I am. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. Love me some Senator Brent Taylor. You know, I didn't, you know, learn of Senator Brent Taylor until he actually shouted me out on X. I just happened to
Okay.
be scrolling, and I'm like, "Who's this guy?" he was like, I think it was like the end part where he was like, "I hope that you find a more reputable, you know, publication to work for." And I'm like, "Who's
Right.
this guy?" So I started doing my research. I was like, "Okay, he's pretty badass. Let me
Yeah.
just kind of stay on this guy a little bit."
Right.
And I did. And I'm again researching and realizing that he's doing a lot of work, and he's really, you know, a lot of the force behind why, you know,
Right.
the Safe Task Force was here. So I was really grateful for that shout out, because I'm like, you're the man behind the plan. How can I know you? And then the opportunity, you know, when he started his grassroots campaign,
Right.
that's I was invited by Justin Johnson and Kristen Hicks,
Right.
and they were like, "Are you willing to speak?" And I was like, "Sure." And
Have
so,
you not seen Deedee on social media? Yes, she likes to speak.
yeah, you know, I'm like, no problem. And so, went in, did the speech. That's when I actually met you formally that
Yes.
night.
Yes.
And really, you know, just had a chance to have that one-on-one time with Senator Brent Taylor. And from that point going forward, it was just like, for me, my mission at that time was, I really wanted to meet Trump. At that point, I was like, hell, I got fired and all that stuff. By this point, I need to meet the man now. But I
Right.
just I never thought that that was going to be something that come to pass. Because I just kind of started, you know, just kind of shaking hands and, you know, just kind of going in rooms where I'm like, who knows him? How can I get to the White House?
Right.
How can I talk to him?
Right.
But it seemed like no one really just kind of knew, other than Marsha Blackburn.
Right.
And so, and then I started looking more into her, and I'm like, okay, so she's a powerhouse. And I know that people may have, you know, their things with her, but just me coming off the rip as somebody that's been
Right.
to the left a lot and just looking into people, and I'm like, okay, you know, she's created some action, and I'm like,
Right.
get to know her. And so, I then was invited to Lincoln Day, and to have a seat at the table at Lincoln Day. And that was for me already pivotal, because
Right.
I mean, Marsha Blackburn invited me. I'm like, who gets that opportunity? And
Right.
I'm in a room that's completely different from the rooms that I've been in before. And
Right.
I've been in some incredible rooms. But this one was different. You know, this is something, when you're talking about Black culture, that if it was to lift up to Black culture, what I was doing, they would tell you I'm in a room full of racists. You know,
I'm sure.
they would consider, you know, what I'm doing is on the room full of racists. And
Right.
I'm like, no way, because the experience that I'm having right now is like, what is this? Like, it felt great, but it felt foreign, because again, of the things that I was taught.
Right.
And I'm already kind of going into it with like this weird, I don't know, like this weird microaggression. Like, do you like me because I'm Black? Like, am I weird because I'm, you know, because again, going up on things that I was taught,
Right.
and being fearful of white people
Right.
made me feel like that. But everyone was so welcoming and was like, we're excited to have you here. Like, and I had my Trump hat on, I had my MAGA hat on. They were like, whoa, what? Like, where have you come from? Like, where have you been? And
Right.
I'm like, I've been here. I'm like, I'm newly converted, but I'm here.
Well,
And it was great.
well, let me ask you this, because this is a good pivot
Mhm,
point on that.
mhm.
So, when was it in your life? What moment in time was it for you to see it was time that you look somewhere else? I mean, for a better life for you and your family,
Mhm.
and leave the Democrat life behind. I mean, what was going on in your life before the Memphis Safe Task Force got here? What was that switch that clicked for you?
really when I got fired. I just couldn't understand because again, I'm telling the truth here.
Right.
And I'm getting all perspectives, people that like it, people that didn't like it.
Right.
I'm getting all perspectives. And I didn't think that my video was going to be the one that changed the game. I didn't think that. I'm just being an honest resident of
Right.
Memphis and just sharing. Because again, I live in these neighborhoods where things are happening.
Right.
And I'm legit seeing it for myself. Like, dang, it's been about 2-3 weeks at this point. And
Right.
I'm like, it's kind of pretty quiet around here. It's kind of going on. Like you can really
Right.
feel it in the air.
Well,
And then
yeah.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
and
ahead.
I'm seeing kids playing football and all that other kind of stuff. And people walking with their kids up and down the street on their bikes. And I'm like,
This is
okay,
weird.
this is weird. And so I just made a video about it.
Right. Right.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Right. Well, I mean, and you were a journalist, so you were reporting on what was going on.
Yeah.
From your perspective.
It really wasn't me being a journalist right then and there.
No, it's just being you in the moment.
Yeah, I was just because I was at this point, I'd been viral a couple of times, on TikTok. So I'm just doing my thing on TikTok. I'm not thinking nothing of it. And so I just made the video just from a mother standpoint.
Right.
Because again, I have children.
Right.
And so, and again, I am letting my kids play outside. I'm able to sit on my porch and watch them play and feel comfortable with it.
Right. Right.
That I think that needed to be said because I didn't feel like that.
Well, I mean, and you never expected it to blow up the way it did you?
Nope. It literally blew up overnight. And the crazy thing about it is that I actually told my employer, I told the Tri-State Defender as the numbers were climbing. And I had a conversation with the editor at the time. And
Right.
I'm telling her, like, I'm just talking about what's going on. And it's really blowing up. And she's like, okay, that's cool. Cause she's a resident of Jackson, Mississippi, which is crazy. How are you an editor for a Memphis newspaper, but you live in Jackson, Mississippi? Anywho, she's me and her, we're having dialogue.
Right.
We're talking about how things are similar in Jackson and Memphis. We had a dialogue about that. And again, there was no problems. Then the numbers again steadily climbing at this point, and people are sending her the video. So then I get a phone call, and she's basically like, "So I was sent the video, and the thing that I pretty much after you thanked Trump, I just stopped listening."
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, well, what did I do wrong? I said, because I'm like, he created the action. And then she just starts sputtering off. And she was just like, yeah, I just don't like the fact that you like Trump. And by this point, I'm getting opportunities to do Fox News.
Right.
And I'm telling her, I'm like, hey, I have these opportunities that that's being presented to me about my thoughts on this.
Right.
And she was like, well, considering that you've talked about Trump and if you do this with Fox News, because they're just going to make you look like Diamond and Silk. It's how they're going to make you look like this Trump thumper. And also, if you do this, then you will no longer work for the Tri-State Defender.
Right.
And I'm like, what? To me, stuff is getting scrambled because I'm like, nothing makes sense.
Right.
So then I got off the phone and I'm feeling some kind of way because again, as a journalist, I'm feeling like I didn't do anything wrong.
Right.
But I feel like I'm being silenced. One thing about me, I'm kind of like a rebel with a cause. I've always went against everything. Like, if you tell me to be quiet, I ain't gonna be quiet. I'm not gonna do it. If you tell me to go left, I'm definitely going right. So it's like you're telling me not to voice my opinion. I could see if I'm saying something that could be wrong here, but
Right.
I know I didn't say anything wrong.
Right.
So it's like, y'all are silencing me. And I'm not cool with it. And
Right.
so I made a video about them silencing me. And it felt like a bullet was shot in my chest because I'm like, it's my own people doing this to me. I'm like, I just, and I don't understand it because as long as I've been there, and the again, the standards, when you're talking about journalism, that's what we want. We want to give people the truth, even if that's something at the end of the day they may not like. It's still the truth,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Just because they doesn't like it doesn't mean it's
but
not the
it's not the
truth.
truth, you know. And so, by them doing that, that for me, it was like almost instant because I'm
Right.
like, okay, this is everything that I've went to school for, that I've studied for. When you're talking about propaganda and sensationalism, this is what's happening here. And I've been a part of it the whole time and didn't even realize it. I
Right.
didn't know that I was taking a side the whole time. And that wasn't even my intention. If I'm going to be the voice of the people, you really honestly just you can't take sides. You have to, you can have your side, but
Right.
when you're doing it on behalf of the people, you can't have a side. And this whole time I've been picking a side and didn't know. And it was just like it was such an array of emotions. My feelings was hurt, but then I was kind of happy because I'm like, the light bulb has clicked on. But I love journalism, I love writing. It's been my passion forever, and I've been there since 2017. I'm newly graduated from the University of Memphis, and I had plans on really just kind of doing some things with my journalism career there with them.
Right.
So it was just like to be railroaded in that regard. I was just like, I just don't it was really frustrating. And then when they put out their release statement or their a statement or whatever, it was like they tried to act like they didn't know who I was. And I'm like, but you search me and all over your website and just all over Google, I'm nothing but the tri-state defender. And
Right.
it was just weird.
Well, yeah, and I think I recall. I don't know if it was that you said it on maybe a post, or if the Tri-State Defender posted it or something like that. But they said that they were saying that she does not work for us. She just submits stuff to us. She's not an employee. She just submits copy to us, and we print it.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh wow, for like almost 10 years, huh? I got a whole badge and everything, you know.
A badge.
I got a whole badge, and I mean, like, it's just crazy how they try to make the whole play on words. But
Right.
people that know me, especially in the media realm, they when it came down to the tri-state defender, it was pretty much me on the scene, cover everything. You go through on their website and just put in my name, from my maiden name to my now married name.
Right.
You'll see the tons of articles that I've wrote from this paper since 2017. There's no way. But they tried it. They tried to make a play on words. It's still, for me, which is, a lot of people's like, you have a suit, you have a case. And I'm just like, I'm like, I think the greatest thing for me just happened. So
Right.
I'm not a vengeful person, but
Right.
I believe that what has occurred for me is the best way to say, hey, thanks a lot, Tri-State Defense.
Right. One door closes, another one opens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were talking earlier about how quiet, how eerily quiet it was.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we're in two sections of the city.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, totally opposite.
Mm-hmm.
You're in pretty much mostly an all black community,
Yep.
and I'm in a mostly white community.
Mm-hmm.
But the I guess like what you said, after about a week or two, I mean, there was constant racing on the 240 loop, and we're close to Summer Avenue and that the flyover on from 240 to 40, and constant racing up and down Summer, burnouts, the Donut Mafia, running up and down Sam Cooper Boulevard, and as soon as the Memphis Safe Task Force hit, about 2 weeks, I looked at Melanie, my wife, and I said, "You hear that?" She said, "Hear what?" I said, "Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
There's nothing going on outside." And we walked
Exactly.
outside, and it was so it at night, and it was so quiet. It was like,
I
man,
even went on Bill.
you
And
did
I think Bill is suicide haven. There's no way that you could get me on Bill Street at my grown age. But
right,
the Mississippi Task Force did. Comfortable enough to go down there.
right,
It was a point where the nighttime would hit, and I'm off Bill. I'll
right,
go during the day,
right,
just to get some sun or whatever, and get a nice drink. But
right.
by the time the nighttime hit, oh, you could not catch me nowhere near Beale Street. But thanks to the Memphis State Task Force,
Right.
I went for the first time in years, and it was
Wow.
nice. I felt safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh, and so that, with what I just said about the two different cultures,
Hmm.
a buddy of mine, the one who has helped me out the most, these two guys have the Patriot Punk Network, and I'd introduced them earlier. They're having a show that they're doing a little bit later tonight. But Chase Matheson and Daniel Wagner, I can't thank them enough, because they got me set up for success with this off the cuff on the bluff. I mean, I came up with the name, and I looked for items to use, find out what I need and this, that, and the other, whatever. But I can't thank them enough for guiding me, for using like the restring that we're using right now,
Yeah.
and certain other items and this, that, and the other. It's just, I can't thank them enough. But one of his questions, and tell me if you can see it pop up on the screen. Can you see that?
Yeah.
It says, what kind of events or cultural items can we utilize to bring more together, or to bring more of us together? I mean, there was. Did you catch the post about the and it seems like it's always media that's driving the wedge,
Yep.
worse than anybody else. It's the media.
Yep.
And they had posted that there was I can't, the black market, not black market, the black something. It was going to be black food by black restaurants, black people, providing food. It was an event, or it's going to be an event, and people were talking about, I'm not going. You got Whitey over here saying, why has it got to be just a black event? Why has it got to be announced like that, and this, that, and
Right.
the other? And
Right.
and then you've got other people, calling them Whitey and Cracker and all this other kind of stuff, and I'm like, you know what? I can say I was like that at one time. I'll
Mhm.
own that. But who makes better soul food? White people or black people? You can say it. Black people do. I'll say it. I'll say it. If I want, there's a little convenience store at Chelsea and Watkins,
Okay.
and it's nothing but black people that work back there in the kitchen. But it's fried pork chops. I mean, everything, the vegetables and everything else like that. If I'm going to get something like that, it's just, and I hope I don't. I hope I'm not coming off as whatever. I don't want to sound like I'm saying, yeah, this food is great and this, that, and the other. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
trying to do.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's what Melanie says. My wife always says is, there are more people, different races, that want the same thing. And if we can find a common ground with each other, and get rid of the news and everything else like that that drives a wedge between us, politics that drives a wedge between us. Everybody wants, most everybody wants the same thing. They want a night. I mean, they want a job. They want to be able to make the money to pay their bills. They want a house to go home to. They want to raise a family. They want a safe environment in their neighborhood. That's all we want.
Yeah.
I mean, if we can all agree on that and come together, well, then, there might not be so many news media outlets, and there might not, what are the politicians going to do if they can't drive us apart?
Yep, absolutely. And I see that, one of the biggest takeaways that I realized out of all of this, and I realized this, is that sorry, but it's a lot of it is racist stuff. And when I tell you, out of this whole experience and being told throughout my life, right, that white people were these demons. They were like racist devils, right?
Right.
I'm sorry, but to this day, I haven't received a racist comment from a white person. They've all been from black people.
Right. Or white liberals.
Or white liberals, but they ain't been as bad as the black folks.
Really?
They have no. I have, and even just my experience overall, right? When it all comes down to it. I'm sorry, but the whole white supremacy, slave mentality, slave rhetoric is a part of the fear when you're talking about black culture. And we were unfortunately brought up to hate white people,
right,
based off of the trauma that we as black people experience. Now, my thing with that is that I am not my ancestors, and y'all ain't y'all ancestors either.
right,
I can't sit here and blame you for what your ancestors did to my people.
right.
I'm not taking away their experience. I'm not saying that it wasn't a horrible time in Black history, because it was, but we have to understand as people too, as well, as we're not the only nation of people that has went through something.
Right.
There are other nations of people that has went through some horrific things too as well. But we as people, we as Black people, use that as a way, use that trauma as an excuse to hate white people. And I'm sorry, but that's not how the way I choose to live or choose to want to live.
Right.
I've always been a different girl, just growing up, and I come from a musical family. Music has always bridged the gap for me, and I listen to all kinds of music. I was, in my younger day, I was very much so into alternative music, and really what's so crazy about Black culture is that I had to play that music in secret, because if I played it around my Black friends, they're like, "You're listening to that white people's music." I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like,
Right.
one of my favorite bands to this day is Korn.
Oh,
When I
wow.
tell you
Wow.
what Korn carried me through so many years of my life. I know Korn, like all first three of their albums, like back to back. Like, you can't tell me anything about Korn. Love Korn. But again, me being different, and I had me having white friends, and I'm so thankful for a mom that raised me to have, or tried her best to give me, some type of culture, some type
Right.
of experience with other races, because I had white friends and all of that. And I knew that I was different. I never really succumbed to that whole total Black rhetoric,
Right.
And I always thought differently. And I just never understood it when you're talking about racism, because I never really experienced it when it came down to white people. I experienced it more with Black people, even with law enforcement. I was a wild girl back in the day. And I think a lot of that too comes with me with not knowing my laws. And because
Right.
of me not knowing my laws, it had me to project onto law enforcement, and had me to have this way of thinking about them, not knowing that my behavior was a contributing factor as to why things would happen. But
Right.
I'm dealing with Black officers, and they were terrible. But when I dealt with the white officer was cool. The media will make you believe that. And I mean, I'm not taking away from other people's because we've seen it.
Right.
We've seen
Right.
some
Oh yeah.
situations go down. But it's this fear mongering that it's all white cops and white cops are evil and all this other kind of stuff. And that's why I'm like, I'm not into the rhetoric of demeaning white people anymore. That's just that's not my style, because again, my experience with white people has been completely different. And especially in this space now with things happening, I've received the most love from white people as of lately. And they've been, especially with the right, I've been welcomed with open arms. I love MAGA. And that's just being real.
Right.
I've had some of the best conversations with MAGA and people that just love Americans for who they are. It's never with them. It's not about race. It's about America as a whole.
Right.
But those questions do come up when you're talking about the Black community and how everything is viewed from the Black community.
Right.
And yeah, it's I've experienced more racism with Blacks. All that.
That's well, I mean, that's usually what happens. I mean, are you familiar with the Hodge twins?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, their story is similar. I mean, they were raised to fear and hate the white guy, to white people, and when they turned about 16 or 17, they started looking around and going like, what is my family talking about? What are these friends of mine talking about? I don't see any of that. And I mean, I know I'm not supposed to ask a woman her age, and I'll just tell you, I'm 61. So
39. I'll
49?
be 40. I'll be 39.
39. Okay,
39. 39. I'll be 40 in February.
Okay.
And yeah, like I said, I've this process has been truly, when I tell you, a life-changing experience. And I'm not just saying it because I met the president,
Right.
but because
But you did meet
I
the president.
see things. I did. But it's liberating because of the fact that I have a mind of my own.
Yes.
I don't, and I've always kind of thought that I'd had that anyway. But
Right.
this year is different. Like, no, I don't feel like anybody can tell me anything.
Right.
Especially from the Black community. They really can't say nothing to me.
Right.
But it's just freeing, because I'm like, at the end of the day, I know that I can go and pick up a book, I can read, I can research, and I can come up with my own concepts and have my own way of thinking.
Right.
And I don't care who feels a way about it. I don't care.
So do you think the SAVE Act is going to take away your right to vote, and you're going to have to change your name on your birth certificate?
No, nah.
We
need it so bad.
While you were at the round table, or waiting on the president to come, me and probably 25, 30 people or whatever, we're holding a rally at Ridgeway and Poplar.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a couple of people coming in that were against what we were doing. Mm-hmm. And I'll probably mention her name here in a second. I mean, and I always say it like this, her initials are Jessica Miller. She goes by Jessica M on Facebook.
Okay.
E-M. Yeah. And her and her friend were saying, we'll have to change our name on our birth certificate. And I'm thinking, like, what reality are you even living in? You never change your name on your birth certificate. That stays the same. Now, depending on how many times you get married, like 3, but I'm not female, so my name always stays the same. But I mean, for a woman, if her husband passed away and she got remarried, or she got divorced and got remarried, then you've got to go through all of that and
process, right?
Yeah, Social Security. I mean, Melanie has not done that, and it doesn't bother me one bit, because it is such a process to get all that taken care of. And I'm like, you know what? We're together. I don't care that you still have, her husband passed away I think 10 years ago, about 10 years, almost 10 years ago. And we knew each other when we were teenagers. We never did date. So,
Right.
but we reconnected after 30 years, and her husband had passed away just, 2 months before we reconnected. But I, it doesn't, I'm not bothered by the fact that she hasn't done that. It doesn't bother me. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm hers and she's mine.
I
So
know y'all married.
that's right.
I know y'all married too.
That's right. But I mean, that SAVE Act, and you've got literally, I mean, honestly, you got both Republicans and Democrats holding that up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
It's like, come on, man. Like, I just feel like people are just, I mean, they're dragging this, man. Like, they're really, really dragging this. And that's why I'm just like, I know I'm just one voice, but
right,
I'm like, man, if y'all only like knew, and that's why I'm like, my eyes were open, and I was like, oh my gosh. And that's why I'm like, wait a minute.
right.
Donald's doing the right thing out here. Dontrell, as I call him. He's doing the right thing. And I'm like, he's protecting America, y'all.
Right,
Like, do y'all gotta realize y'all gotta snap out of the TDS. Let's snap out of the TDS. Then let's just think logically for a second, y'all.
right.
He's really doing something that really needs to be done. And if y'all love America,
Y'all got to get on board with this.
y'all love this. Y'all gotta roll with this, man. Y'all
Right.
got to, because if not, then y'all, the stuff that's happening, it's gonna keep continuing to happen.
Right,
And I'm like, people, especially with the illegals and all that stuff getting killed left and right, y'all aren't seeing like he's really cleaning up the mess that
Right.
was made from the last presidency. And y'all come on, man. Y'all gotta snap out of it. Like, oh, I try to have grace because I used to be like that, and I'm just like, now since I see it from the other side, I'm like, dude, like it really feels like a never-ending episode of The Walking Dead. Like,
That's one of my favorite shows.
yes, and the liberals are the zombies. Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, and we are the fraction of the people that are trying to survive, like the ones that have common sense, and we're really a small fraction.
Right.
And
Right.
so it's like, man, like I wish y'all can like snap out of it and just see. But I'm telling you, like the Trump hate is real. And I'm like, y'all, it's over with for that with me. Like y'all can miss it. Me,
Right.
out me out, take me out the group chat, because there's no way that y'all are gonna make me hate Dontrell Jonquavius. Y'all are mm-mm.
Yeah, I see that all the time on X and Facebook or whatever. But I mean, so you leave or you're exited from Tri-State Defender. Who was your first point of contact once you decided? I mean, when the scales were removed from your eyes,
Mm-hmm.
who was your first point of contact? Your first conservative person that you met to talk with? Oh, look, here, I'll pop it up here. Somebody's in the chat. I can't respond
Okay.
and restream, but you can. I mentioned her. I wished I had now. I mentioned her name and she pops up.
Oh.
Look at there.
Oh. Okay.
The only thing she hadn't done, I think, is paint her hair green or purple or something like that.
Yeah, one of those liberals. It's so funny because it's like, the thing with all of this is like people who have made my situation theirs. Like two
Yeah.
things could be true at once. Like my street and somebody that's living 2 blocks over could be dealing with could be living two completely different lives. So I mean, hey, if that's their experience, more power to them. Maybe
Right.
that's where all the criminals live, is over that way.
Right. Well, I mean, and I do keep up with your post, and see the the smoke that people bring, but I mean, the way
I'm
you
trying to figure out what kind of point y'all trying to make, because it's still my experience at the end of the day. It's still my opinion. So I'm like, what is your opinion gonna?
right.
What that doesn't mean a hill of pea, because I know I got neighbors around here that can attest to my statement. So
Right.
I don't really listen to anybody that don't even live on my street. It's no point. Like, y'all don't know what we've been dealing with over here every day, or what we go through over here every day.
Right.
So your opinion don't really mean anything.
Right.
You could be two blocks down the street. That don't mean nothing to me. So
Right.
if he's still experiencing shootings, or whoever they interviewed, whoever they decided to want to interview, I hate that for them. I really, really do. I hope that y'all get some peace, because over here where I'm at, it is peaceful, and we are thankful for it.
Well, you know what they say, and I don't see how you have not been thrown off Facebook yet with some of the stuff you post. I swear, man. But I'm gonna go ahead and try it. It's recording on Facebook. Who knows? But anyway, but you've heard you've heard the phrase about opinions.
Mm-hmm.
Opinions are like assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got one.
Everybody got one. And that's why I'm like, I found myself, because I knew because again, this was something that I decided I wanted to do. No
Right.
one put me up for it. At this point, I wish I was paid. Everybody said that I was paid. I wish I was paid, but no, I wasn't paid. I wanted to do it. I've been wanting to do it.
Right.
What was so crazy was when I found out that he was coming to Memphis, I'm on my phone making phone calls. Like, who do I talk to? like I want to do it. Like I wanted to.
Right.
I wanted to do it. No one put me up to do it. I wanted to do it.
Right.
And yeah, I got the opportunity, and I made sure that I was heard, and I was heard.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were. Now I'm one of the stories. I'm going to pivot just a little bit. One of the stories, and I'm going to see if this works well. One of the stories that you had posted, or that the Tri-State Defender that you had written about. Now, how long ago? Oh, 2017. Okay, 2017. Boy, he's just a little tight, isn't he?
Yeah, my little sticky man. My boo-boo.
But I was reading this story, and I don't know if there's if the picture was posted. No, it must have been on your Facebook page. But you took a picture of where the bullet came in, and it was, what was it, his room?
Oh, yep, it was in our living room where he played, in our living room.
Oh boy, wow.
That's why I'm like, I've been talking about this. What I said on stage with President Trump, that's stuff that I've been talking about. If you read my article, a lot of that stuff was almost word for word, almost. I went to funerals that I shouldn't have. I've watched mothers crying. I had a sibling to pass due to gun violence. Cousins and things
Right.
I've lost due to gun violence. That's not a joke.
Right.
And I almost lost my son.
Right.
I could have lost my son.
Right.
Due to senseless gun violence. These teens beefing with each other, and nobody has no regard for other people in the neighborhood. Y'all just want to have a whole shootout in broad daylight. And I'm just, it's frustrating.
Right.
And I'm like, 'cause no kid should have to grow up like that. They shouldn't, and that bullet hole, yeah, it's still in my wall.
That's a reminder.
It's a permanent reminder of
Right.
how I could have lost everything.
Right.
Because it's true. I could have lost everything behind my child. I don't play about my kids.
Right.
And to think about that, and that's why I got emotional up there, because I'm like, I hate that for any mother
Right.
that has to lose a child. So to think that I was close to it does something to me. So yeah, that part gets me super emotional.
Right. I bet. What was I gonna? She's still posting in the thing, and I'm gonna pop this one up here first.
Okay.
Pray for the TDS trolls. They need Jesus.
Don't they though? They need that. They need that as some medication. Like, one of the biggest problems, Listen, drop the bank statements and prove it. Girl, for what? I mean, as far as I know it, and the type of person that she may be the person that's on government assistance, may have EBT. She's probably the biggest Trump supporter, more than all of us. I'm
Oh,
pretty sure she may have some form of government assistance. So I'm not about to, and that's why I'm like, a lot of them, a lot of the libtards, a lot of the people that are mad, half the time are criminals or the people that are using President Trump's governmental resources. So I'm not about to stoop down to that level and show
right.
my bank account. Like, I don't owe you that, girl. Like, what, you gonna give me some money? Like, are you going to help us? Like, no, like, girl, no, like, get a life. Like and that's the thing. Like, get a real life, get a job. And I mean, because people make it their duty to want to hop online and be extreme keyboard warriors.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, are y'all getting paid to do this? You know, is it putting any money in your pocket? Because little do you know, the person such as myself, and being a PR person, your engagements and you sending in all of these texts and paragraphs are making me money. So if anything, if I'm going to prove my bank statements, I suggest that you just keep posting and making those go up. And once you finish, I will show you my bank statement.
Well, we had words at that rally,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot say what she told me. Uh, she's one of Senator Brent Taylor's biggest fans,
Oh yeah.
probably bigger than you. And so
If
I
I'm a
had
fan, ooh, she tops that. Gee, God.
she's a king. She's a king fan. She's a king.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she loves and Jessica. Senator Taylor's married, and he's happily married. So no, he will not go out with you.
The nun
Uh,
hugging has to stop. And I truly believe that when you do things like you really low key like them, I think it's something deep down when you're talking about it's something, and I don't know, you know, especially kind of going through these that I'm realizing is that they deep down have some type of like about Trump or about the right, but they just hate themselves so much to the point that they just can't get it out. So all they
right.
can do is just hate.
Well,
24 hours a day is just hate. But
she go ahead.
no, I mean, hey, I'm just saying, you just never know what people are voting for behind that curtain.
Oh
And they
yeah.
could be, you know, very deep, closeted Trump supporters, but they have to do their due diligence for the people.
Well, I don't know Senator Taylor's exact address. I know he lives in Eads, and Eads is like I think part of it is in Shelby County and part of it is in Fayette County, but he lives on the Shelby County side, and so she gives him so much grief about not living in Memphis and why is he a Memphis representative or Shelby County representative when he doesn't even live in Shelby County or Memphis. Well, catch this. Uh, she's the one that filed for the No Kings thing that they
That just
just had.
recently happened.
That they just had.
What a joke.
Guess where she lives? Guess where she lives? Mumford, which is Tipton County.
Oh, no, now. And those be the main ones. Those are the main, I mean, the main ones. He probably couldn't survive a day in Whitehaven. If you feel like, please, like, and that's what it be most times with the liberals.
Right.
And here's my thing. I'm cool. Like, I'm cool with white people all day long. And I
Right.
love that white people love to want to stand up for Black issues. Like, that's what's up. I don't
Right.
knock that at all. Like, we appreciate the support, dog. But if you want to support us, come to where those things are happening. But I'm sorry, those No King protests where y'all having them at, that's not where the action's at. Come out to Whitehaven. Come on down Shelby Drive where it's popping at, where
Go
all
down.
the fireworks is happening. And
Go
let's
down
see if
3rd
we
Street.
go down those flags and see. Come on, stump the yard on down this way. I can't take them serious at all.
Well, they obviously didn't. The park that they held it at. I don't know if they know the history of that park. Right, the Robert Church Park. Do you know the history of that park?
I mean, come on now. We know who Robert Church is. So that's why I'm like, we're dealing with idiots.
He was the first black millionaire in Memphis. Had owned banks.
Mm-hmm.
His son, Robert Church Jr., was also a millionaire,
Mm-hmm.
and also was the started the first Shelby County Republican Party.
Republican. They were Republicans.
And if I remember the story correctly, he and his family were tortured so much and berated by the Democrats. It was Boss Crump was the mayor of Memphis at the time. They ran him out of Memphis. They ran him out of. I think they torched their house, torched some of their businesses, and ran them out of town. I think they ended up in Baltimore. Is where I think is where they ended up.
Good old true Memphis fashion, trying to run people off, you know.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and that's why I'm like, people just be marching for the dumbest, the absolute dumbest.
Well, they did a good job because there's no kings right now.
There's no kings. I mean, as far as I know it,
Right.
Donald Trump is still my president. I don't know about you, Dean, but I know Donald Trump's still my president.
Oh, no, absolutely, 100%.
Far from a king. And what people fail to understand is that if he was a king, most kings would be off with your head just by the thought of you trying to go against them.
Right.
Donald Trump ain't thinking about y'all folks. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. Like I enjoy Donald Trump trolling y'all. I mean, I absolute thrill, and I've been feeling that way since I was a Democrat. I always thought he was funny.
Right. Oh yeah.
I thought he was comical. Like I like her. I like that he pisses people off.
Well, he says if you don't say what he says or whatever, you at least think what he says, and he says it all out loud.
Oh yeah. I've always even like I said, even being a Democrat now, I've always said that about Donald Trump. I said, that man a fool. That he funny. I like him. I don't like everything that he do now, but when it come down to his mouth, I like him because he's funny, and I always kind of had a key behind it. But again, being on that side, you better not say that in front of folks.
Right.
Now it's like, what you want? You know, kind of what I've been experiencing, what I've been going through.
Right. Hey, Lisa Arnold's in the house.
Hey, Lisa. What's Boss Cook? Oh, okay. Let's get some history going on in there.
Yeah, we do.
Awesome. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I was born and raised here in Memphis, and I've pretty much lived here all but 5 years of my life. Like I told you, I was 3 years in the Air Force over in England, and then 2 years as a kid in Texas or whatever. But when we moved back from Texas, we lived in Scenic Hills, and I mean the public schools. We all went to school together.
Mm-hmm.
We all went to school together. As kids don't know. I mean, we're kids and we're just having a good time with everybody.
Right.
And then I get older and this, that, and the other, or whatever, and high school, and this is like 80 and 80. In the 80s. 80, I was in. I think I went to Raleigh, Egypt, and it was the same way. We all got along. It wasn't I mean, if they did beef, they fist fought. Because I saw a lot of fights at Raleigh, Egypt, and one of them in particular were two black women fighting.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched the black guy try to separate them. That was a wrong thing to do because you got like two wildcats fighting, and they turned on him, kicked his ass, and then went back to it.
Hilarious. Yeah, that sounds about right.
But I mean, even after high school, I mean, I worked at the Raleigh Springs Mall, and one of the places that I loved and that I worked at was the merry-go-round. And I had the red parachute pants. I sure did. But the same thing. I mean, going out dancing and things like that. It just doesn't seem like that. It's like that anymore.
Mm-mm. And
it should be. I mean, like I said earlier, the thing that we all want a nice house. A comfortable living. We want the government to stay out of our pocket. We want safe neighborhoods. That's what we want. That's what we all want.
Yeah. Which is why I think it's so weird because I never said that Memphis was free of crime. We
Right.
see it every day. It's not that. Hey, Miss Lisa. I never said that Memphis was free of crime.
Right.
I said that I see a difference in my neighborhood on my street.
Right.
Which is even weird that people are so upset with the fact of me saying y'all should be happy. Y'all should be happy that I'm having somebody's having some peace in the city. If it's not in your neighborhood, like I said, I hate that for you. But at
Right.
least somebody is feeling this impact. Because here's my thing. If President Trump as well as Mayor Paul Young are sitting here screaming how much they've made all of these arrests and did so much, who's feeling it? If I'm it, because I'm lying. Everybody's saying
Right.
that I'm lying. So who's feeling it? Where's the data coming from if no one is feeling what's being done? And that's why I'm like,
Right.
y'all not about to make me out to be no lie, because I feel it. Y'all ain't gonna tell me living over here where I've been living at.
Right.
Y'all ain't finna tell me nothing about what kind of difference was made over here, because it was.
Right.
And
Well,
even
I
to
mean,
this very moment, no gunshots.
right. Well, I know it's I was just thinking something and lost the thought because Lisa posted another thing, and I'll throw that up there. She wants you to come hang out with her at the where she works. You know where she works, right?
Oh, heck yeah. The bell bun.
Yep.
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 And
The
tell her,
best
tell
time
her
to come out is
I'll
full
follow her.
moon, nice weather, right after payday, and or the checks come in. Because I
Yep.
mean,
Count me in.
Have you watched some of her videos?
Yes. And I'm like, yes. I look, count me in, Miss Lisa. You know what I've been saying? You know what I've been wanting? Like what's on my wish list
What's
now?
that?
Since my eyes are open and I don't have like these weird like microaggressions for like white people anymore. I want to go to like the white people cookout. Like I want to see what y'all be doing, because I know when I go out into these spaces with white people, I have some of the best times. I've had some of the most awesome times, like hanging out, and I want to come to the white cookout. Everybody wants to come to the black cooking. That's cool. We're gonna line dance. We're gonna get y'all a piece of chicken. Cool. But
Yeah.
I want to come to the white cookout. I'm trying to turn it up. I want to see how y'all living, how y'all do things, because I feel like this has opened up my heart to be able to receive more love.
Right.
And because y'all have been so open and been like so welcoming to me, I want to see what you guys' spaces is like. Because again, I've been taught so much and had this perception of what we were made to think of white people.
Right.
But I'm like, that's gone now. And I'm like, I'm ready to receive the love. Like, what's up? Like, what y'all doing for the fourth? I want a MAGA fourth. Like, I'm trying to wear my flag. I want to wear my hat. And I want to be a proud Black American. Because I
Right.
know if I'm around people that love America just as much as I do, then I'm in the right space. I don't have
Oh,
to worry about if my race matters
right.
or anything. I know that as long as I'm an American and I love America and we have this, and again, we don't have to have the complete same values, but if we're driving the vehicle towards the same way, you cool in my book.
Right, right. A friend of mine. Well, and you probably, I think you met her because I think maybe y'all had your picture taken together at the Lincoln dinner. Linda, I'm trying to think of her last name. Lisa, help me out. What's Linda's last name? She comes to all the meetings. Uh, Linda was her and her husband. Were taking their son, I think, to college out in Arizona, and they'd made a stop at a convenience store, and she saw a Trump hat, and she said, "Oh, I'm getting that for Dean," and it was the last one. She said he'll appreciate that one. He'll appreciate that hat. So let me show you what this says.
Ah, yeah.
Trump, no bullshit.
I love it. You know what? I said that I was actually going to get the picture of me and Trump. I was going to put that on the shirt.
Yeah.
And give me all kinds of little stuff. Cause I'm like, let me tell you something. These people are not about to scare me when it come down to my president. It's just not about to happen. Like I that's my right as an American.
Right.
I can support whomever I want.
Yeah, we all
And
should be able to do that.
yeah, and I'm gonna rep my president. Like I said, he did something that I'm very grateful for, and I'm not about to make anybody make me feel indifferent about that
Right,
at all. And I'm completely thankful that for once throughout my life that I've been able to see something that a president say that they were going to do.
right, right. Linda Robertson. Thank you, Lisa. Linda Robertson
Okay,
is her
that
name.
sounds familiar.
Well, she was. I think she was at the Lincoln Day dinner. Uh,
Okay, that
but
sounds very familiar.
but you have you been to Shelby County GOP CEC meeting yet?
I have
I don't
not.
think you. Oh, girl, come on now.
Okay.
You got to show up.
Okay.
They're the first Tuesday night. And now I think this next one coming up in May has changed
Okay.
because of the Tuesday, May 5th is election night.
Okay.
So I think they pushed it to the 12th or the 14th. I'm not real sure.
I'd
And we're
love to
gonna
be in the atmosphere. Like I'm so game for like learning the GOP and just getting to know that side there.
right,
And just kind of knowing like the constituents and what they are bringing to the table.
right,
They're open to those conversations, which I love.
right,
And it's really good, as far as being like a resident for me, because again, they are trying to help. That's for
right,
sure. They're definitely trying to help. And so I feel that that's where my voice comes in as far as it being impactful. Because again, like I said, although we're cool over here where we're at, other Memphians can't say the same.
right.
And we want to be able to May 12th. Okay.
Put it on your calendar.
Okay. Put it on my phone. Don't forget to send me the invite. But I want Memphians as a whole to be able to say that they feel an impact. I don't want it to be
Right,
just me and a sprinkle of other Memphians that may, feel that way. All
right.
Memphians should feel that way,
Absolutely.
even the libtards, okay?
Right,
Even the libtards deserve some peace, okay? Y'all are batshit crazy, and I hate to say that, but y'all deserve peace just as much as I do. Um,
right,
and I want that for Memphians. I want that for all Memphians. I'm like, y'all can sit up here and hate on me all day long, all that you want to, but I love me some Shelby County. Memphis go Memphis. Like I've been here long enough to
right,
know how these people are and how they act. So it's like that doesn't take the love that I have for this city as a whole. Like I'm a lifelong
right,
Memphian. Like I know the behaviors of Shelby Countyans. I know. But I do want, so much better, for us. We do deserve that, but we have to hold a lot of things accountable, including ourselves and our behavior and the contributions to why Memphis is the way that it is. We have to be able to recognize those things and make changes.
right, right. Well, it's and it's going to take a lot of work. I mean,
Hmm.
it's and people are doing things about it. You see Representative Mark White doing things, with
Hmm.
the MSCS, uh, and they were some of the people were going nuts about that because, well, you're only going to bring 25% of the deal. What else is going to be in uh, the thing that you're saying is bad?
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, I mean, from what I've heard, that first part was pretty damning, and
Hmm.
then whatever they got coming up next, it's probably going to be a hammer. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I mean, you've got Senator Brent Taylor working on that. You've got Representative John Gillespie,
Hmm.
Representative Mark White. They're all working for Memphis to make Memphis better, make Memphis
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
And
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And I think the people need to see that. That's why I'm like, we need to have some general understanding. That's what I really, I'm like, people can have so much to say, but there's no solutions. And
right,
but I want to be able to talk to Memphis residents, even like I said, even the libtards, even the slow ones. I want to talk to them too, because believe it or not, their voices matter. They vote just as much as
Right.
you do, and their opinions matter just as much as mine. But I
Right.
believe that there has to be some kind of middle ground. Like we can
Right.
all agree to disagree, and that's our American right to do so. But
Right.
we still have to coexist. We all have to live around each other somehow. We have to be able to find some sort of middle ground that we can come to so that we can all live in harmony. Because
Right.
why that it's really evil. The backlash I received by the fact that I said that I am safe in my neighborhood, that is evil. That's evil. And
Right.
to really get upset behind the fact that I said something that is good to other people, and for the backlash that I've received for it, it's evil.
Right.
You should
Right.
want peace in your neighborhood somewhere.
Yeah. I get it. And I do. I mean, I'm not going to lie. There's times that I instigate stuff on Facebook.
Mhm.
I, or I'll go back and forth with somebody. And there's other times where I kind of draw it in and
Mhm.
see somebody's comment for what it is.
Mhm.
And instead of bowing up on them, I try to give my perspective in a calm way
Yeah.
so that so that they can understand where I'm coming from, and not so much just pounding them all the
Yeah.
time, because I mean you don't get anywhere doing that. You
Yeah,
don't.
I'm not in the space of arguing with anyone.
Right.
That's the thing. A lot of people, most times when they're coming so hard, they're in a space of wanting to argue.
Right.
And that's not the space that I'm in. Again, you could be a Democrat, you could be a liberal all day long, and I'll have complete and total respect for you, because at the end of the day, you know, again, your values are your values. And I
Right.
respect that because that's something that you stand on. But if you're choosing to hate me because of my views, and you don't even know me or know
Right.
why I feel the way that I feel, and you're choosing to argue with me, you're not choosing to see my side or respect my stance. I'm not. That's where I draw the line. Respect it. You don't. It's free. We can
Right.
agree to disagree, but I'm not about to be in a space where I'm about to be doing any kind of arguing with people, especially if you aren't sensible or if you are not coming with any kind of logic. Because again, I can understand people's stances and
Right.
understand why they think the way that they think or feel the way that they feel. I can totally empathize. But once
Right.
it comes down to the name calling and the disrespect and all that other kind of stuff, you can take that somewhere else. I'm not that
Right.
person.
Right. Well, we were talking earlier, and she was on here. Jessica M
Mhm,
was on here.
mhm.
She Something that she said to me, and I'm like, oh, okay, wow. She said
Yeah,
that out loud, and I can't repeat it on here.
yeah,
But then she decided to turn her camera phone on me, and turned it around and started videoing me. She said I couldn't hear what she was saying, but I took that moment to introduce Off the Cuff on the Bluff podcast, brand new podcast, Memphis, 7 p.m. every Monday night. That's exactly what I said on the thing, and turned around and walked off. I mean, I made the best of that moment.
yeah. I mean, you have to, because I'm like I said, I knew that there was going to be backlash, but like I said, this was a whole new level of backlash.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, oh, holy crap. And it's natural for me to be like defensive and
Right.
defending myself. But then I had to catch myself. I had to catch
Right.
myself and realize and be like, wait a minute. Mm-mm.
Well, I
Because
mean,
this is what they want.
you've gone through a metamorphosis.
Hmm.
I mean, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's crazy how it happened. But I'm just taking it all in stride, and I have to realize where God is taking me through all of
right.
this. And that's why I have to remain poised. I slip up, like I said, we all fall short now. But it's all about catching myself and realizing the position that I'm in. And
Right.
I can't be going back and forth and doing the arguing. That's why, like, I had to make my page private,
I
and
saw that. Yeah.
yeah, I had to go through all of that stuff because I gotta protect my peace at the end of the day. It's
Right.
at the end of the day, I'm not. You gotta realize, like, Jesus Christ walked the earth. He was the most perfect person to grace the earth, and the people still killed him. So what's
Right.
going to make me any different?
Right.
But I got control. I got control over who comes and posts, do all that other kind of stuff. And so yeah, it was just time to block out the noise.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. All right, look, I'm gonna have to do this on the fly. I'm not like Chase and Daniel. You know, Daniel does a lot of stuff. I mean, they're both on the air at the same time, but Daniel will pull something up and do this, that, and the other, and sometimes Chase will. So bear with me just a second
Okay.
before we close out. I'm gonna pull this up, but I'm not gonna pull that up.
Okay.
I am gonna change something out.
Okay.
Let's see. And let's make sure that it'll do it. If it doesn't pop up, last time it popped up in the other one,
Okay.
and we may just have to, and it did. No,
That's great.
there it
It's
is.
going to
There
get
it
better
is.
and better. You watch. Thank you very much.
So let's watch this.
Alicia?
Thank you so much, Mr. President. It is a complete honor to be here with you today. Thank you for saving Memphis. My name is Deedee Balinger, and I'm a lifelong Memphian, and I'm a mother. And I wanted to speak with you today, not just as a citizen, but as a mom who's lived through what Memphis has become. I remember a different Memphis. I remember when the city felt alive, when families didn't have to think twice about safety, when kids could just go outside and just be kids. We had places to go, things to do, and a sense of pride about where we come from. But over the years, that Memphis has faded, and what it was replaced with was fear. Before the Memphis Safe Task Force, I just didn't hear about crime, I lived it. I watched friends and people that I love lose their lives to the senseless violence. I've attended funerals that never should have happened. I've seen families torn apart, mothers grieving, and children growing up without parents, all because of violence that felt like it would never end. And those moments stay with you. They change how you see everything. But nothing's changed me more than becoming a mother. Because now, it wasn't just my life that I was worried about, it was my children. There were days where I wouldn't let them go outside, not because I didn't want them to, but because I was afraid what would happen if I did. And the fear of stray bullets, the sounds of gunshots at night, constantly wondering if they were truly safe. And that fear became real in a way that no mother should ever have to experience. At just 5 years old, I could have lost my son. There was a drive-by shooting, and a random bullet came through my home in that very same space where my son played. And to that day, this bullet hole is still in my wall, a permanent reminder of how close I came to losing everything. My family we are good people. We work hard every day to have everything that we have, only to have it taken away from us. We've experienced multiple burglaries in our home, and it wasn't just the material things that were stolen, it was our sense of security, our peace, our livelihood. And that violence just wasn't inside of our home, it was all around us. Just literally 4 houses down from where I live, a grandmother and her child was shot. I remember what sounded like almost 30 gunshots ring out. Yellow tape covered the street. After that day, those neighbors never returned. Their home now, with the for sale sign, stands as a reminder of a fear so deep that they couldn't come back to the place where they almost lost their lives. And that feeling, that fear, is something that my family knows all too well. That is not how families are supposed to live. That is not how children are supposed to grow up. We've reached out for help. For years, we looked to our local leaders hoping that something, anything would change. But nothing did. And that was until you, my president, stepped in. I need you to understand what that meant for families like mine, because in a matter of weeks, we felt a difference. Today, I can sit out on my porch and drink tea in peace. My children can go outside and play in our backyard again, and for the first time in 5 years, I don't hear any gunshots in my neighborhood. It's been almost 6 months, and it's like a whole new world. That silence means everything to me. It means safety. It means peace. It means that I can breathe again as a mother. What years of waiting couldn't fix, you did it in just 3 weeks. And I'll never forget that. My family will never forget that. And what's even more powerful is that that impact did not stop there. Because of the Memphis Safe Task Force, it has sparked continued efforts right here at home, like the Make Memphis Matter movement, led by the incredible, the most awesome State Senator Brent Taylor, starting in 2023, who is putting his best foot forward every day to continue the mission to make it a safer Memphis and to hold our SOARS-backed DA accountable at a state level, and partnering with amazing Senators Hagerty and Blackburn on the federal level. And it's because of leadership like that, I believe that Memphis can become that place that I once remembered. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you for seeing communities like mine. Thank you for taking action. Thank you for putting Americans first, especially right here in Shelby County in Memphis. Because this isn't politics for me. This is my life. This is for my children. In fact, President Trump, my son, my beautiful son is here today, and he would like to wave and say thank you because now he's free to live a normal childhood. Braylon, stand up for me, baby. And because of that change, we finally have a sense of normal again. Again, from the bottom of my heart, I truly don't have the words to share how much I appreciate you. Thank you so much, sir. Memphis loves you, President Trump. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Wow. I don't know, Delisha. I think we're going to have to give her MVP, right? MVP, Delisha. That's a great job. Thank you very much.
That was awesome. And after watching that, I think I posted on your post. I think I posted on your page. I said, "I'm not crying, you are."
I did not. I was not prepared to cry. I'm telling you, I was not prepared to cry.
It was all from the heart. And I've watched it a couple of times, and watching it this time, the one thing that I did not notice the first couple of times that I watched it was the command that you got. Everybody was looking at you.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was paying attention to what you were saying. Nobody was looking at their cell phones or looking up and around the room or anything like that. Everybody had their attention on you.
I felt it too.
And heard every word that you said. We all heard every word that you said.
Yeah. I felt it too.
So proud of you.
Thank you. I felt it too. I knew when he said my name and he looked at me, because I was so surprised at how good he said my first name.
Right.
And then it was like, I knew once it came to me, I just felt the room get quiet.
Right.
It was a feeling. I was like, okay, it's time. And yeah, I wasn't nervous, and I did. The president's eyes never left me. He gave me his full attention.
They all did. I was sitting there looking at him, and when they panned back out, whenever your son wanted to wave or whatever, everybody was still looking at you or looking out to see Braylon. And but the entire time you were speaking, I was sitting there watching it this time, and he was looking directly at you.
Mm-hmm.
Pete Hegseth was looking directly at you. Bill Lee was looking. They were all looking at you, and you could tell they were taking everything that you said to
Oh
heart. I
yeah.
mean, it was a beautiful thing.
Thank you. I knew because like when I got off the stage, go shout out to Governor Billy. He's so funny. And he came. He was like, that was great. Like he hugged me. He was like he couldn't believe that like those words came out of my mouth. I was like, thank you. I didn't
Okay,
realize like it was like I knew that what I was doing was like a big deal,
right,
but I didn't really realize like it didn't really hit me until it was like all over.
right.
And I thought because I wasn't at first. I got off the stage and I was like, let me ask Secret Service, can I meet the president? They were like, no. But the president asked for me. And I
They-
flew with my feet hurting and all. I flew to the president. And
right.
he was in the back and he came out. It wasn't a handshake. It was both hands like,
Oh wow,
yeah.
wow.
And he was like, you were fantastic. You're wonderful. And you're the MVP. You're to go places like,
Oh yeah,
I mean, it was great. And then, we had a little small talk and I asked him, I said, so the haters, what do you do about them? I said, because I know that I'm going to get some backlash.
oh yeah.
I know that I am. And he was like, just cut the comments off. He was like, you're better than them. You're better than them. You're the
And
MVP.
you are. You
I
are.
was like, what? I'm sitting here in such disbelief because I'm like, this guy that everyone that's deeming as a racist, I'm walking arm in arm and
Right.
smiling. And I'm like, hi, and I'm just like, it's you. And you're not this person that people make you out to be. I'm
Right.
sorry, but a racist is not about to let me get close to them like that. They're not about to give me any of their time.
Right.
They're not about to do any of that. And he did that. He gave me his time and he gave me affirmation after affirmation after
Right.
affirmation. And I was like, I felt like the goat walking away. And he
Well,
gave me
I've seen all the pictures. Yeah.
gave me a challenge coin, which
Awesome.
is one of the, highest, things that a civilian can
Civilian
receive.
could get. Yeah.
And I'm honored. He was like, here you go. And I was like, for me, I was like, yeah. I was like, wow, this is so cool. It's so heavy. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful coin. It's so heavy. And I'm like, wow, this is really awesome. He actually gave my son a smaller coin.
Right.
And it was just great, it was fantastic. A former AG Pam Bundy, she was awesome. She was fantastic. She was so sweet.
Yeah.
Cash Patel was awesome. Everybody was great. Everybody was so wonderful and so nice. It was such an amazing experience. I felt like American royalty. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, yeah, I guess so. And it doesn't end there. You get how many days after that did you get a phone call about Easter?
Oh, really? It was really like a couple of days after that, because he found out about, everything about the backlash and all of that stuff and
Right.
the threats and all of that stuff. And he was like, hey, come on, let's get y'all out here. Y'all need, a little breath of fresh air. Come on out. And he got us tickets, flew us out. And the egg roll was awesome. Had like a bunch of stuff. We came home with like bags and bags of stuff, and it was so much stuff for the kids, just all kind of little goodies, and it was such a beautiful experience, and everybody looked so nice, and it was so peaceful, and as big as everything was, it was still operating very efficiently, but it was great. Like I'm so honored to have been chosen for this. And just to have these opportunities for my kids,
Right.
to say that they've been to the White House and
Oh,
they've
absolutely.
been to DC and, had some presidential action in their lives.
Right.
That's something that a lot of people won't be able to experience, but mine have, and I'm so honored.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And that pink dress was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
You definitely dressed for Easter.
Yes.
And so Braylon was there only one golden egg, or did he find the golden egg?
He did find the golden egg during the Easter egg hunt. And it
Wow.
was great. But they eventually gave us, eggs once we were leaving out. So we have like these commemorative eggs
Oh,
with Donald
cool.
Trump's signature on the back. And it's awesome. They gave us lots of treats with his signature on it. So we have a bunch of just like signature stuff with the president
Right.
on it. But it was, I mean, it was absolutely fantastic. I can't even
Well,
describe to you how awesome it was.
well,
I'll be going back.
from the pictures, I mean, it was a beautiful day for it.
Yes, it was a little cold,
Yeah.
but nonetheless, it was so beautiful. I mean, I've never seen so many people like dressed up and looking very nice and just doing things for the cause. Don't have to worry about fights and your life being taken from
Right.
one. You
Right.
know, but it was such the experience was so wonderful,
Right.
and I'm so excited. I got a call from the Department of Homeland Security. I'm very much in tune with the director there of Homeland Security. And he called me the day after my speech and he was like, I just want to let you know that you should be so proud and so honored to have impressed the highest office of the United States. And and we got some things coming along in the future, which in due time I'll be able to share.
Okay.
But you know, just to know that, Donald Trump sees me as a leader,
Right.
really means, a lot, and
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, and I'm honored. I'm super honored about all of this.
Well, I'm blessed to have to know you,
Oh, I'm
and
gonna tell you too, Dean.
and and for you to be such a celebrity to come on my little Memphis and Shelby County show.
Oh, stop. No, I'm still it's humble pie. I'm still a regular girl. Everybody's throwing this celebrity term around.
I
But
know.
I'm definitely not. I'm, just a
She just
regular
Deedee.
girl. I'm just Deedee. That's it. And really, to be quite honest with you, I've always felt like I was that girl before all of this. Just doing
Right.
my whole journalism thing and being in the community. I've done, a lot of things. I've been in the entertainment industry for a long time, and and I've been dealing with that whole celebrity life
Right.
stuff. And so, and I'm glad to have, that media footprint there. But I can
Right.
honestly say, yes, this has definitely catapulted me into a different space.
Oh,
But
I'm
my
sure.
goal always, always will be Memphis. I love Memphis. Like I said, despite them being crazy, absolute nutty people, I love these people so much. And I love the city of Memphis so much. And there's nothing that I wouldn't do for this city. And
Right.
if I have to be the voice of reason for my people, because I know how we are at the end of the day, if I'm here to be a resource for my people, for us to be able to have peace, then that's what I'm here to do. If God has me carrying out that assignment, then that's what I'm here to do.
Right.
But it's definitely upward and onward for big things to come. That's for sure.
Well, you got to keep us informed. I mean, uh, I mean, I'll have to, I guess, screenshot some of your posts sometimes since you can't share anything or
Yeah.
whatever. Or you can message me and I can put it out of this, that, and the other.
Okay. Like
But
some stuff I make public, some stuff I
right.
do. But it's just, like I said, it's just more so protecting my
Oh, I
peace.
know.
And
I'm
I
sure.
feel that the people that are friends with me on my page, those are people that I feel that has been showing me support, because I have
Right.
been. I've been deleting, baby. I ain't hearing no slander. I'm not hearing no slander about me. I'm not hearing anything like that. I need
Right.
people that are in my corner and that's going to support me. And that's what I need. So I'm very, happy about my surroundings these days.
Right. Well, like I said, I'm blessed to know you, and it was you know just very nice meeting you.
You as well.
The first time after seeing you on Facebook and TikTok. I don't have TikTok, and I was talking to the guys that helped me with my podcast. I said, do you guys have? I have refused to get TikTok because it's another social media app I've got to take care. I mean, I've got three or I don't know, 3 or 4 Facebooks, 3 or 4 Instagrams, two X's, and I'm like, Another one.
But you know what? I will say this. I was heavy on, especially during COVID. I was like, you weirdos with TikTok. Y'all, I can't stand y'all. Like, and here I am now, TikTok junkie.
Right.
And one of, a really cool up and coming, creator with a voice. I can say that that's where my start has, started from. And that's
Right.
where everything started from, was straight off of TikTok. And I do love it for that reason, because again, you have that opportunity to be able to see others' point of view.
Right.
If you don't like it, you can always scroll, everything is optional.
Right.
But I love that you're able to see a different lens that's not media.
Right.
Because again, you have people that's so focused on media so much to the point that reality is not there. And I think TikTok gives me just that little hint of reality, because you have real people with real situations and real
Right.
happenings that you can see in real time.
Right. Okay.
So I definitely do. I enjoy TikTok a lot. I'm not
Well,
gonna lie.
I'll have to check it out then. I will
Yeah,
have to check it out.
just once. If you just gotta scroll and get your information,
Right.
use that. At least you can always use content and stuff like that. But I think
Right.
you should. I think you really should.
Okay. Well, I'll as soon as I make one, you'll be the first person I send my
Yay!
whatever it is, the handle
Okay.
handle or whatever it's called.
And I will follow back. That's
Okay.
for sure.
All right, Deedee. Look, tell people. So, what do you do? I guess I meant to ask this earlier. So, are you still doing something right now in journalism, or are you totally doing something different at the moment?
So you know what? I'm being pulled left and right so
Right.
much. I'm definitely going to get back into journalism. I was actually about to already actually start up my podcast, Truth in Color. I did like an episode of it, and it did really good. I love you, my Luke. Oh, wait, let me before I say anything else. I love you, Luke, so much, and I don't think you understand how much I love you. I really feel like God truly put us together. And I am incredibly and always am thankful for you, and especially for my family. My family adores you, and I think Luke is a powerhouse. You
Yes, he
guys,
is.
and an amazing, a credible figure in my family's life. And yes, I heart you too, babe. Like I love me some Luke. Love
Look,
me some Luke Symbol. He's awesome.
I-
But I'm just wanting to use my voice. I asked God to use me as an anchor, and I want to be able to use this platform for people to
right.
to show that when you're telling the truth, God got you. Because
Right.
that's how I did it this whole time, was me just being truthful and honest. And I just want people to know that it's okay to tell your truth. If you support Trump, cool. It's okay. What is the worst that can happen? Yes, he is, Miss Lisa. He's the best. But what's the worst that can happen other than people being mad?
Right.
My thing is that you're gaining your freedom and you're gaining your wings to independence, to self-independence. And that's something that you can't get back.
Right.
And so I want people to see my journey is that it's true self-liberation.
Well, I mean, we all can see that, and I mean, you are a bundle of joy all the
Thank
time.
you. Thank you.
Well, you are. You really are. I mean, you have such energy about you, and it's such since you haven't been going after the haters as much. I mean, I loved it when you did, because I'm like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, you you have such a positive light.
Thank you.
You're radiant, and you bring
Means so much.
such great positivity to everything that you do.
Thank you.
You really do.
I appreciate that. And I love the kind. You're gonna make me cry.
I'm not crying, you are.
I know. Yes. Thank you. And I will, Luke. And I know that one thing about it, as long as we're besides each other, I know that we're going to move mountains. That's for sure. I think showing unity and having one common goal in mind,
Right.
which is the people of Memphis and these children, these babies, we can move mountains around here, and I feel it. Like I feel so inspired and empowered. A lot of people's like, you should run, and I'm like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I have this thing where I love Ida B. Wells. She's one of my favorite journalists, and she's a
Okay.
Memphis. And I love her because she stood on business. She stood on her truth, and she delivered the message to the people, the real raw truth. And that's some person that I want to emulate. I want to embody that Ida B. Wells, and I want to be the voice for the voiceless, for the people that feel like they can't be heard. I know what that feeling's like, but I think, with me having different views and still having to, listen to these people's stories, I think it's going to shape a whole lot of shape a difference here.
Right.
And that's something that I want to do and bring to the table. Like I said, Memphis, you can hate me all you want to, but I love you, baby. I love you. Like I do.
I gotta tell you, I just got chills whenever you said that a few minutes ago, because I was looking up something, because I want to do kind of a spinoff to the Memphis and Shelby County, to where, I've got people coming on that are actually, and as much as I can dig, to show where things are not as they appear, to bring to light some things that are being hidden. And so I was looking up if there was a word for journalism or whatever that started with a B, because I was going to call it the Bluff City whatever. Okay. And I made this post yesterday that they'll have to listen to, listen to me say whatever this thing is. And I'm like, well, I couldn't find anything. So I came across this word called the muckrakers. Have you heard about that before?
I've heard that, of course.
And who was one of the biggest muckrakers back in the day? Ida B. Wells.
Yep.
And so when you said her, I'm telling, I swear I got chills, because I was just looking at that yesterday and reading about that.
Yep, and that's my girl. I love Ida B. Wells. And again, just by the fact that she's a Memphian, I love that the fact that she stood on business. She had courage.
Right.
And that's what I've been getting a lot lately. People telling me, like, I can't believe you did that. You had balls to really do that. And to me, I feel like that's something so small. We should. That's and that's what I love about being an American. I can do whatever I want. And I'm using my free will to do whatever I want, despite of. And I'm glad to show that you can have courage and rise above. And I'm hoping, like, if it's just one person, I'm just hoping that I've impacted at least one person to and show that, hey, it's okay. Like, it's okay. What's the worst that can happen? And living your truth. That's it.
Somebody has entered the room.
Oh, Senator Taylor! Oh my gosh, I love you, Senator Taylor. You're my absolute favorite. Thank you. Oh, that just means so much. Oh, it just means so much. I think you have no idea. Everybody knows I love me some Senator Taylor.
Oh yeah.
And thank you.
That
means so much.
Have you watched his mean tweet videos?
Of course, I'm a fan. The recent one with him and Mrs. Taylor, yes.
Oh yeah, the recent one.
Yes.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Hilarious. I love. And I'm so glad I had an opportunity to tell this to Senator Taylor. But I love how he's a troll. Like, I have a thing for trolls. Because at the end of the day, like you said, you see it with me too. I love to troll.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm like, who do you think you are? Like, you think that you about to come over here with all that? No. And I love that Senator Brett Taylor is like, y'all okay. All right.
Yeah, he's Memphis and Shelby County's version of Taylor disorder syndrome, TDS.
Yes. Oh yes, people have it deep. Oh, they have it. And that's why I was like, I had to put out a video one day, and I was like, y'all not gonna play with me about Senator Brett Taylor. Like, yet I agree. Oh my gosh, yes. Count me in because I got plenty of mean tweets, Senator Taylor.
Oh, I bet you do.
We could go half for half. We can do a post a post version of the mean tweets. We got plenty. I would love that. But yeah, I make Memphis matter, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I love these, and that's who I do it for. Like, I do it for the Memphians that really want to make things happen. Like, I'm the voice for you guys. And that's what I'm here for. Use me as a resource.
Well, yeah.
This isn't the end of me. It's not. I'm telling y'all now, it's not the end of me. But I want to be a resource, and I want to be able to, like, even for the libtards, baby, we can work together. Okay,
Right.
I'm not one of those. We can find a solution. What's her name? Jessica M. I don't know if you're still there, baby, but if you are, we can work something out, boo boo. Like, we don't have to have this in our hearts. You know, we can all live in harmony somehow.
Yes,
but
we can.
We can definitely do that, but we have to respect each other's boundaries on both sides, and we can all make Memphis matter because we all matter. We all matter.
Yes, ma'am, we do.
Yep.
I appreciate you coming on tonight. You have been just like Senator Brent Taylor said, you have been a powerhouse. I'm gonna pop it up there again.
I love me some Senator Brent Taylor. He's so funny.
He's a trip now. He's a trip. He's a lot of fun. I mean, look, I told him, I said, look, if at one of the CEC meetings, I said, look, if I get out of line on your page, you know, respond to some people, I know he can handle himself.
Yeah.
But I know he can. But
he loves it.
Huh?
He told me, he loves doing it.
Oh, yeah.
I told him, I said, I don't see how you like to. I said, you're a whole politician. I said, you're better than me. he enjoys it.
He told me, he said, you just keep putting on, he said, you put on there whatever you want to.
Yep.
So,
yep. And I will tell him I will. I ever since I seen his mean tweets, and he calls him, he's like, yo, weak ass. I was like, what? Oh yeah. Check mark. Yes, that's it for me. I was like, yes, I love that. So haters are not in that. I know that's
my God.
look from Turtletown to Tiptonville. We know it. Don't we, Senator Taylor? They are nutty, okay? We know. But we're gonna fight the good fight. Because again, I'm not scared. I'm not afraid. And I'm not scared. You know, I'm ready for the challenge and whatever is next, you know, for me in this walk. And hopefully, like I said, bridging the gap between, you know, Memphians and really seeing some real change for us all, because I see it and I want the same for other Memphians as well.
Yeah. Well, you know, you got, anytime you want to come on this show, I have an open platform and an open invitation to you.
Yes, of course, I'll be back. I'm gonna have some updates soon.
Okay.
So I'd love to, you know, share that, you know, with you and your audience, and because again, you're connected to the people, and that's what we want. We want to be connected to the people. I'm not a celebrity or nothing like that.
I'm having a blast doing this. Whenever I was a kid, I enjoyed photography, but I think this is the funnest hobby I've ever had in my life. I mean,
congratulations to you. 12th episode. I was with you during that journey with you, setting everything up and getting everything together, getting that audio together. You've been going in full swing. So I'm very happy to be a part. And I was going to ask you, could I do it? Could I come and share my story?
Absolutely.
So
I'm glad you did.
I'm very happy to be here, and especially how things transpire, because things change for the both of us. And I'm super happy about that. So no, I'm happy to come back and share updates.
Absolutely.
And, you know, and hey, maybe have some good conservative talk, because those are the conversations that we need to have. You're white, I'm black. Let's talk.
Right.
Let's have those conversations, you know. I feel like we're two good, open-minded people that's not afraid to voice their opinions or their feelings. And I think that we're sensible enough to be able to have those conversations.
Yes, ma'am.
So I would love to come back and have some good conservative talk and share ideals and values. Yeah, I'm totally game.
Awesome. Now, remember, we'll be out of town for the next, we're going to be out of town for the, let's see, May 10th through the 17th.
Okay.
But that CEC meeting is at the Great Hall in Germantown at 7 o'clock on May the 12th.
Okay.
Let's see, 5th, 5, and then 5 plus 7 is 12. Yeah, May 12th. And that's when that is. So if you can make it, go out there and hang out with them or whatever. Sometimes Judge Joe Brown's out there, and
yeah, I love Judge Joe Brown. He's so funny.
He is a trip. He is a trip. Well, tell people where they can find you, Delicia.
Yes. So of course I'm here on Facebook as I think it's Deedee or Delicia Balinger, one of those.
I think it's Deedee Balinger.
I'm probably yes. So I'm primarily I'm on TikTok. People have a hard time pulling it up as Deedee Manning, but you can search me as Delicia Balinger on TikTok. And I recently just joined X, so I'm on there as D Balinger 901. So please feel free, you guys. I have so much going on where I have to protect myself. But send me a request. I'm more than glad to get you on. And yeah, come chat with me. Come talk with me. I love, like I said, the support and feedback. It's great. And I'm here.
Thank you so much for coming on. It has been a blast.
And send love to your wife for me, please.
I will certainly do that. She went to go see one of her, I think her cousin lives in Washington State, I think, and he's in town. So she went to go visit with him. But I think I heard her come in just a little bit ago. But
definitely send her my love.
I will do it. She loves listening to you whenever I play you out loud.
That's what I'm talking about.
And y'all are gonna have to meet. So
yes, I'm totally game. So let's make time.
Well, you were talking earlier about coming to, doing a barbecue or whatever. Now it's nothing fancy, but we get this really good 100% pure Angus ground beef.
Okay.
And it doesn't matter what you put on that hamburger. I don't care what you put on that hamburger.
Okay.
You can taste that meat, that flavor of that meat all the way through everything.
Hey,
it's awesome.
Count me in. I'm here. Just let me know what to bring, and we coming.
All right. Deedee, you have a wonderful evening and a great week.
Much.
I appreciate you.
I love you, Dee. Thank you so much for everything. We're gonna do off the cuff on the bluff. We're gonna sign out.
That's it. We're gonna sign. I'm gonna send you back to the green room, and you can go. You can go chill out for the rest of the night and have a great evening.
Have a good night, Dean.
Yes, ma'am. You too. Take care.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, what a night. She is a powerhouse, Senator Taylor. She is a ray of sunshine. I had a blast talking with her. I mean, if you're not following Deedee Balinger on Facebook, follow her. She speaks her truth, and her truth is just wonderful to listen to. And so check out the Patriot Punk. They went to the Libertarian, some type of, they had, I'm trying to think what it is. I'm kind of flustered right now. But they had a convention, the Libertarian Convention, and they went and filmed that, recorded the entire thing. So check them out on Rumble and on Facebook. Most of their stuff goes to Rumble, just like mine does. It all goes to Rumble. Off the Cuff on the Bluff, and go to the channel, Memphis and Shelby County. It's all on Rumble. I thought I was going to have to turn Facebook off, but we kept it clean for the most part. Y'all have a good evening. Have a safe week. Thank you for everybody that came on the show tonight. All those that came up in the chat. I appreciate that. Wonderful night. Y'all take care.